veering into the realm of trademark law. So it's a logo, a symbol, a design, a collection of words, something like that, that identifies your goods and services. The law says that identifies the source of your goods and services. So where those goods and services are coming from, i.e. you. That's what this thing identifies. There are a lot of times some misunderstandings that people have about the name of their business and whether the name of their business is actually protected legally. So there's certain things that people do that give them that misunderstanding. I want to try to clear that up today. Just because you have a URL, if you secured the URL, maybe it's even the .com version of your name. A lot of people think, well, I've got the name. I hear clients say that all the time. I've got the .com, so I've got the name. It doesn't give you any, just having the .com doesn't give you any legal protection. Filing the name of your company with the Secretary of State, when you form your LLC, or you form your corporation, under a certain particular name. You assume, well, this North Carolina Secretary of State or the Delaware Secretary of State has told me I've got this company and this is the name, so I should be legally entitled to use it, right? Wrong. And then even filing a trademark application. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, oh, I've got the trademark for so-and-so. Then we go look it up, and it turns out what they really have, they just filed a trademark application. So all of these things don't really give you any legal rights. What does give you legal rights is actually using the mark, using the name. There are additional benefits to registering that, which we'll talk about in a second. The use of the name in commerce is really what starts to get you that legal rights. So, when you're starting a new business, trying to come up with a name, what name we're going to use, some things you want to consider. One thing is the mark registrable? Can I get a trademark registration for it? Or might there be somebody else that already has a registration for an identical or a confusingly similar name? And if there is an identical or confusingly similar mark registered, is it registered in conjunction with a type of goods or services that maybe is similar to yours? These are all things you want to look at really as early as possible. And the other one is the mark enforceable? Okay? This is a conflict that comes up a lot of times because you want to have a name for your business that tells the public something about your business. Makes marketing a little easier. When people see your name, they already know a little something about what you do. The problem is, those types of marks, the type that have a descriptive element about your goods or services, are not legally strong. Okay? What do I mean by that? The types of marks that are given the greatest weight and the greatest legal strength are marks that are fanciful or arbitrary. Let me tell you what I mean by that. Fanciful mark is something like Kodak or Xerox. These are just made up words that don't mean anything other than just to identify the company that they're associated with or the goods or services they're associated with. Another good example is Apple. Apple is a normal word, right? But before Apple came along, nobody identified the word Apple with smartphones or computers or tablets or anything like that. So taking that, a word that is just an everyday word, but using it in a completely unexpected way, that's a strong way to get a legally enforceable trademark. If your name of your business describes what you do, not so much. So, the reason this is here is to say, at what time should I be seeking trademark protection? And it's a good question because especially with new businesses, startups, solo entrepreneurs, things like that, funds are limited, right? So if your question is, should I use this chunk of money to do a trademark search and file a trademark application, or should I use this chunk of money to pay my developer to create my app? You're probably going to give the money to the developer, right? Without that, you don't have a business. But the answer really here is as early as possible. As early in the process as possible. Even when you're in the phase of choosing a name. If you can get the assistance of someone who knows and understands a little bit about trademarks, it's very possible that that could actually save you a lot of time, money, and headache down the road.